Alright, we got another one here. This one's just fresh off out of the press. Yep, just had to take this off the grill and had to cool down for a minute. Rich LA kid gets slapped on the wrist after killing a girl with his car. $18 million for family whose daughter was killed by a rich kid. Yeah, let's get to the video.
That young lady killed by a rich kid. That rich kid barely gets a slap on the wrist. So damn sad.
Pathetic.
Her name, let's put a full picture up.
Right there.
Her name is Monique Munez.
Monique Munez.
The family of a woman who was killed when a rich teenager ran a red light while driving a Lamborghini SUV in Los Angeles. They have reached a settlement in the case. I'm going to get to that settlement in a moment. Let me give you some background.
$250,000 at least.
On February 17th, 2021, investigators say Munez was on her way home from work at UCLA Health when she was hit and killed by the teen driver at the intersection of Olympic Boulevard and Overland Avenue. Let's put up a picture of the teen that did this.
Let's check it out. Here we go. You ready for this?
His name is Brendan Curie.
Brandon
17 at the
Curie.
time.
Brendan.
Said Curie was speeding at 106 miles per hour at the moment of impact. According to prosecutors, he had been street racing against a female friend and swerving in and out of traffic for several blocks
Another
before the
dumb
crash.
kid doing street
That's
racing.
according to prosecutors. Let me show you the crash scene. Okay? Look at that. All right? He killed a person. Prosecutors confirmed the teen's provisional driver's license had been suspended at the time of the crash.
He committed a crime.
Not even licensed
manslaughter.
to drive. They also learned that he had been cited twice for speeding by the Beverly Hills Police Department in 2020, including driving 72 miles per hour on surface streets.
Yeah, surface street, not the freeway, surface streets.
Although the fatal crash happened on February 17th, Curie was not charged until April 7th. Relatives of the victim and activists had alleged the charges had not been filed earlier because of the wealth and influence of the teen's father, James Curie. Described by Forbes as a multimillionaire who owns several real estate firms, manufacturing companies, and an e-commerce business.
Wow.
Before the deadly crash, Curie and his father often posted on social media platforms about their involvement in illegal speed exhibitions, often with each other. You see them there. It says, "My son and I hanging out cruising the hills. Everyone knows whose car is faster."
And he's got a bunch of
Now, let me highlight a few elements so far. You have a young lady, a hard-working young lady who's now dead. You have a privileged child, a privileged teenager who has been enabled, empowered, and protected by his family.
And protected by
these
money.
These bad habits, these corrupt ways permeated to the culture of the next generation, being this teenage killer. He's allowed to drive, not even having a damn license, driving high-powered vehicles that I'm sure he probably could not get insurance for by himself. There's more. What was the punishment? All right. Somebody's dead. He's negligent. It is criminal. There's an impact to society, which means you need to now pay a penalty, a debt you owe, right?
Yeah.
That's how this works. It's America.
That's exactly it. You commit a crime, you got to do the time. It's like when you do a crime, it's like you got to pay your debt to society. And this kid doesn't even get to pay that.
He was then placed on house arrest after admitting the petition for vehicular homicide. Yeah, I did it. All right, he did it. Put him on house arrest.
Yeah.
The Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge,
no problem.
Sabina Helton, ordered him confined to his mother's home.
Oh.
That'll show him.
Oh, yeah.
Young man, you go home. You need to think about what you've done here.
Yeah, but he gets to go home. He can do whatever he wants. Play video games, or sit up on the computer.
Last September, Curry was sentenced to 9 months in juvenile detention.
That's gonna really make him think.
With 4 years of probation. They did have the option to charge him as an adult. They chose not to. The Munez family attorney, Daniel Gitsky, after the $18.85 million settlement was reached, and said in the statement, and I quote, the family faced numerous hurdles from both private insurance companies and the LA District Attorney's Office, and experienced the harsh realities of racism and bias against those from underserved communities. The family pleaded for the DA to investigate this case and met with the office dozens of times to advocate for their family. It was never about money for this family,
bullshit.
For the Munez family.
Bullshit.
It was about the acknowledgement of Brendan Curry's misconduct that resulted in the death of their only daughter, to ensure that he was held accountable. Let's put up her picture again.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Hardworking, lawful, full of potential, enormous talent, killed by this guy. Put up his picture. Okay. The criminal justice system does not need to be fixed. It needs to be broken.
Yeah.
Is working exactly as it was designed to work for people like him. It needs to be
broken down,
and not people like her,
to bring it back up. That's what
Jordan, thoughts on this case?
I think that's it exactly. This is a family whose wealth and influence allowed them to continue living their lives unfazed, as a family mourns the loss of someone who did nothing wrong. I was curious what this dad did. Like, what was his job to put him in a position to buy his kid a Lamborghini SUV at 17? Yeah. So I looked him up, and among other things that you listed, he's in a bunch of different industries. And as the picture indicates, he's in the resale market for Pokemon Magic the Gathering cards.
You know, the kid had Pokemon cards.
Like, very kind of surprised by. But as I was doing that, I went to his Instagram. And you would be appalled if you just looked at this dad's Instagram. Just continue living his life as if nothing happened. Still posting pictures with his son, showcasing flashy cars. He was at the World Series, expensive dinners. It doesn't even seem like this judgment made much of a difference, or the settlement made much of a difference. And again, like, the kid is obviously in the wrong here, but I think the dad is extremely, extremely guilty too. Like, why? Like, is house arrest even a punishment when the kid was driving without a license? They're already not doing their job as parents.
House arrest,
so it just doesn't seem like they're going to learn their lesson.
You know, this is so ironic, and you make a very compelling point. You know, I know people that have been pulled over just for not having a license, and they got a year in jail. Yep. They went to jail for 1 year for driving on a suspended license. Okay. So also, you know, some parents go to jail when their child picks up a gun and injures or kills somebody. Yep. We've seen that happen recently, where the parents will be charged. Mm-hmm. Well, why aren't the parents charged when they illegally take a car and go kill somebody? Why? That needs to be a thing, especially when you have furnished the vehicle as a parent, especially when you have given them permission to use the vehicle as a parent, especially when you are the catalyst for the crime that took place.
Yeah. I guess I just like, yeah, money and power will get you, scot-free, or you don't have to go to jail, don't have to go to prison. get a little probation. It kind of reminds you. Remember the game of Monopoly? Remember when if you landed on the go to jail, if you roll the die 3 times and you get 3, if you got 3 doubles, and the third time you got a double, you go to jail. You land a car, go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect tone. Go straight to jail. Serve your time until you can until your time is up, or you bond yourself out. You got cops out there, and this little tort face. He don't go to jail. He gets to pass go, collect $200. He gets to play video games, buy condos, all that kind of stuff. Crazy. Anyways, I'm out here. My job. Peace out.